Hello again. It's nice to see that you've returned for more art adventures. We're gonna have fun and do some art with culture too, 'cause every day is special. Hey there, my amazing grade 3 and 4s up there at OPK. Welcome back. It's me, Lance Cardinal. So happy to be here with you again and doing some more crafts. It's my favorite time of the day. I'm so glad to see your smiling faces, and I'm so proud to be in your good graces. That's right, I'm so happy as always to be with you here today, and of course to be a member of the Bigstone Cree Nation, just like you. That's right, all my family live up there in Wabasca and Desmarais, and I hope that you all are having a great day so far. So, as always, when we see each other, what do? That's right, we say hello in Cree, and everyone knows how to say hello in Cree. It is Tanse. That's right, Tansa is hello in Cree, and I know you all know how to say it, so on the count of 3, I want to hear you say nice and loudly, Tanse. Are you ready? Piak. Nisa, Nitsa, Tanse! You grade 3s and 4s are so awesome. You're always out there doing your best to say Cree words, and I love that so much. Keep practicing, because the Cree language is so important to keep alive, not to mention all of our traditions, and this is something that we have to be proud of. So if you're at home and you have people that speak Cree in your house, you got to be sure and speak Cree as well, because that is very, very important. Culture is important, language is important, and of course, being creative is important as well. So let's move on with our day and learn about something really, really special. Y'all know what that is? Do you know what that is? That's right, it is the Cree word of the day. That's right, the Cree word of the day. Now, this is a word that we use to talk about what's going to happen in our day today, what our craft is about, and of course, to learn a Cree word, unless you already know it. But today's Cree word is môswa. That's right, môswa, which means moose in Cree. Now, everyone knows what moose is. Some of us love to go hunting and get moose and bring it back to our families, and we use all the meat, and we cook moose meat, and we do moose meat stew, and sometimes we use all the skins and the hides and all the bones and different parts of the body for very important items. The moose is such an amazing animal, and the Creator has decided that the moose will offer itself to us as Indigenous people, as long as we pray and we are thankful for those things. And every time we go hunting, we ask the Creator to see a moose, and then we leave tobacco behind to make sure that we do all the proper protocols to get that moose. So very, very cool. Now, speaking of moose hunting, the first thing we want to do today before we do our amazing art project is watch a little video. Now, this amazing video comes to us all the way from John Doerr Prairie, which is up north in northern Alberta. So I want you all to watch this video real quick, come on back and see their fall traditional hunt. So go and check it out. Come on back and I'll see you in a minute.
What you doing? You got me?
Yep.
Hang it up. There's a minute I think you got it.
Estamos na mata. Yeah,
Wow, welcome back. Wasn't that an amazing video? Oh my goodness. It's so cool to see other nations, see their traditions and what they're doing and compare it to our own. So big shout out to John Doerr Prairie for sharing that amazing video of their fall traditional hunt. Very, very cool. Now, it is time to move on to our art project of the day. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for today's project. It's going to be so much fun. Something I don't think you're expecting to do. Something exciting and also a little bit like hunting. Any ideas what that might be? I bet you can't guess, so I'm going to pull it out right now. Oh, here it is. This is a moose hunting game. That's right. This is a really, really fun moose hunting game that I invented that we're going to be making today. It is so cool. It has trees, it has animals, and it also has slingshot. So this little game is so much fun. It's going to be easy to create. We have a little forest and some animals that we're going to be hunting. Sometimes you got to kind of hide things right here and there and everywhere. There we go. Just like that. And you can see we have 3 animals, a moose, a bear, and a rabbit, as well as some forested trees. And we have this rubber band and pom-poms. These are our bullets for today. So once we make our game, we take our bullets and we take some of these and we shebang right into our animals. So much fun. You can play it across a large table from a far distance. These little soft pom-poms travel really, really far and they're safe. Lots of fun. So that's today's project. We're going to be doing a sort of like a moose hunting game. And here it is here. So we're going to move all these things to the side for now. A little sample area here. Our moose and our trees and our bear. Here we go. And our little rabbit. More trees here. And more trees here. There we go. So you can set the moose and the bear and the trees up however you want to do it because it's sort of like the whole point. You make your own little forest, you make your own little animals, and then you go on the hunt. But before we do anything else, we got to get all of our supplies together to get ready for this project, okay? So the first thing we're going to need, of course, is the printouts. Now, your teacher will have for you one of these. Now this is a printout of all the different animals we're using today, and you'll be able to cut those out and use them as your own targets. So cool. We're also going to need some stiff cardboard or paper that we're going to glue the animals on so that they are more stiff, just like these ones are, not so flimsy. If you just use paper, it might not stand up as easily, so it's best to glue this stuff onto something a bit more stiff. We're going to use black cardstock today, but you can use whatever you have at your school that's a bit more stiff to hold that up. It can even be like an old cereal box or whatever you want to make that stiff backing. We're also going to need some green paper like this to make our trees. So we need enough to make 5 or more trees, however many trees you want to do for your paper forest. Of course, we're going to need glue and scissors. So we have a glue stick and a glue gun. I'm going to be using both of those today. Now the glue gun, of course, as you all know, is very, very dangerous. It has a very hot tip. So if you are using one in the classroom or the teacher's using one, be sure and be as safe as you can. I like glue gun because it's a bit more fast, but I know you don't have them at the school, so you'll make do with what you have. All right, we're also going to need a rubber band, just like this one. Zoink, zoink, zoink. And 3 puffy pom-poms. Doesn't matter what color, doesn't matter what size. These are the ones that I have, so hopefully you'll have some in your school as well you can use. Okay, perfect. All right, let's begin the project. The first thing we're going to do is cut out our animal shapes. Now, I think I'm going to glue the entire paper onto my stiff card first so that I'll be able to cut them out with the stiff card already on the back. It's a bit of a trick, and it's something that'll save you a little bit of time later on. So what we do first is we take our paper like this and our stiff card, and we put glue all over the back, mostly where the animals are. But if you see it through the paper, you can kind of see where they are as well. So you want to put a lot of glue stick on the back of those. Glue stick is the best. It dries quite quickly, and you'll be able to work fast to get your project done. Now make sure you put enough glue everywhere so when you cut it out, you're not going to have any dry spots. I'm only going to do 1 rabbit today. Even though there's 3 rabbits here, I'm only going to put 1 rabbit into my hunting list. All right, so we have all that done, glue on the back. We get our stiff card, and we put this down on that stiff card. Now, press it real nicely so that, all the paper sticks to the card. Now, maybe a little bit of wrinkles like you're seeing here. That's okay, don't worry about it too much. It's not about how pretty this looks, because we all know they're going to get pom-pommed, so we want to make sure that it's stiff enough there. There we go. Perfect. All right, that looks good. Now we can see here all of those animals are stuck onto the bottom, are stuck to the back of our cardstock. So now we have it ready to go. Let's cut it out. Now you don't have to wait too long for the glue stick to dry. It's quite stiff. Now what I suggest you do first is cut out each animal you're going to be cutting out individually. Like I always say, it's better to work with smaller pieces than larger pieces. So we have the bear. Next we have the moose. And last but not least, we have the wampus, or rabbit. Now we know how to say these animals in Cree, don't we? We have the bear, which is môswa, that's right. We have the moose, which is môswa. We just learned that one today. And we have the rabbit, wampus. So 3 different animals. Now let's say those again together. Are you ready? Here we go. This one, the bear, môswa, right. This one, moose, môswa. And this one, rabbit, wampus. Very cool. That's so awesome. We have our 3 animals, and they're just getting dry. Now I can see mine has kind of curling a little bit. Just bend it the other way, whatever way you want. That's no problem at all. Now, you don't have to cut them out as detailed as I have on mine here. You can also just cut them out with some of the white showing. For example, for the moose, put these 2 aside. We're going to cut the moose out, but we're going to leave some of the white on it, except for the bottom here. You want to cut that one flat, because that's where it stands on the table. Okay? But everywhere else, you can just sort of go close as possible. Nice and rounded. Through the antler area. Around the back. And there we go. So this is also a way to do it. Now you can see the difference here is one is more of a silhouette and one has some white. It doesn't matter. Again, it's not about how pretty these look because you're going to be shooting them over and over and over again with your pom-poms, so it doesn't really matter. Today we're going to leave it like that so we don't have to worry too much about the detail. But if you do want to do it like this, you're going to need a very small scissors and poking through and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more time and you're going to have to be a bit more careful, but that's okay because sometimes you want it to look like this instead of this, right? So there's our moose over there. We're going to leave our list like this, just like that. Perfect. Now the bear, same thing. We're going to cut the bear out, but we're going to leave the bottom flat and leave a white trim all around. So here we have the bottom. That's got to sit right on the table. Perfect. Now we cut the white line, a white outline on the rest. Now this is such a fun game, and if you want to play it with friends or cohorts, people who are in your family or your direct household, that you can do. So bring it home, play with your brother or sister or mom or dad or Kokum or Muslim. Maybe even Muslim can show you how to shoot a moose or uncle can show you how to shoot a moose at home with this little slingshot that you bring and show, right? So much fun. And there we have the bear all done up. Looks so good. And again, a little bit of white trim doesn't matter. Again, it's just going to be a target, right? Same with the moose. Looks so good so far. Perfect. Now one more animal left, our little wampus. Here it is. So let's do that now. Now the wampus again, we'll leave the bottom flat so it has somewhere to sit. And we can just go ahead and leave a bit of a white trim around the top so it's not too hard. There we go. Perfect. 1, 2, 3 animals. Amazing. Now, we have to make bottoms for these animals so they stand up, right? So we get some of our card paper, just like this. We want to make shapes. You can see here, I cut some shapes out of this one already for the bottoms of these circles, just like that, right? Right down there. And that base kind of holds them in place. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to cut out one for the moose, which is a bit more oblong. Now again, you want to use something stiff so that this animal will stand up nicely, but not too good because you want it to fall over with your slingshot. And you want to be able to hold up that piece of cardstock. So you can use anything. Again, you can use some of the, you can use an old cereal box or fruit roll-up box, whatever you have at home even, or whatever the teacher brings for you, you can use as well. All right, so there we go. We have all of our pieces cut just like this. Now, we want to take these shapes and glue them onto each of these circles. Now, I do recommend at this point that you use a glue gun. This is going to be much easier and faster, or you can use white glue as well. But the trick is you want to put the glue on the bottom of here and make it stick on there. It's a bit difficult. That's why I like using a glue gun for this part. Makes it easier. So, put a little bit of glue gun on the bottom of our stand-up figure, which is a moose today, just like that. We get our paper like this, and we put it right on there, just like that. Now, you gotta hold this for a little while it dries. It only takes about maybe 15 seconds, but it's worth it because then we have our moose standing up nice and tall. There it is. So we have our first target finished, which is our moose. He looks so good and he's ready to be wandering through the forest, which is our next step. So we'll put our one moose aside here, finished. Oh, maybe put it right there. Perfect. Now the bear. Ooh, the grizzly bear who's up on his claws, ready to attack you. So we got to make sure and do that as well. Again, we're using our glue gun. Now if you don't have glue gun at school, you can use white glue. You could also use a piece of tape and tape a piece of cardboard on the back to hold it up like a little stand. Be inventive, be creative, do whatever you need to do. This is just my way, okay? So I'm gonna put that down like that. Another option you could do is fold the figure in half and make it sort of stand up on its own. It can be a bit more difficult, but it does work. There we go, the bear is now standing. We have a bear And we have a moose. Oh my goodness, our little forest of animals is growing already. Now we have one more left, and that is the bunny. So again, same thing. We're going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the bunny here. It looks like I made a little curvy bottom, so let's just make that bunny only glue near the front. There we go. And there you have it, my friends. 3 cute little animals standing up ready for the forest. Now, I guess the next step we have to do is make ourselves a forest. That's right. Let's put away all this scrap paper here that we just used. So we don't have too much of a mess. It's always good to clean up after ourselves. Put that into the garbage right in there. Perfect. And we're going to need scissors. I'm not going to need any glue anymore, so that's good. We'll put that away as well. Let's put our animals to the side right here. Woo, perfect. And we're going to get our green paper. Now, this is going to be our trees. So we have to decide what size trees we want. This is a pretty big animals compared to those animals. So I think I'm going to do, 5 trees again. So what we do is we cut out 5 rectangles in all the sizes we want. Here we go. 1, 2. So we decide how we want them. I want a little tree like that. Perfect. And this one can be maybe that high. Perfect. 1, 2. Now the reason I'm doing a rectangle first is so we have the right shapes before we fold. Okay? We're going to do one little tiny tree this size. Okay? That's perfect. Just like that. Now we have 5 trees for our forest. Let's make one a little bit smaller. This one here. Perfect. Now make all the rectangles different sizes so that you don't have the same one all the time. Because all the forest, different size trees in the forest are not all the same size. So we want to make sure and do that for our game as well. So now the next step we have to do is fold them in half, just like this. And you can draw, if you want, the tree shape on the side. But I recommend just cutting it out. You can do it as a triangle if you want, just like this. So we take the folded side, we go from the bottom, and we cut upward on an angle, like that. When you open it up, there's your tree, okay? And there's one. So it's really, really easy however you want to do your tree. If you want to make it simple, you just make triangles like this. Sometimes you got to kind of cut the angle so the tree sits a bit better and stands up better, like that. So that's really cool, just like that. Make sure my microphone's right. But we want to make our trees a little bit more interesting, right? So we want to cut some little ledges in the tree like this. Now I always like to cut things half, like a snowflake. When you open it up, it's full. So there we go. That's one tree there. Do the same thing for all the rest. So fold it in half and cut the trees out. Now, this can be any style tree you want to do. I like pine trees, but you could make like little spruce trees with a dark green paper. You could make like any kind of tree, depends on how you want to do it. There's a second tree there. Fold this one in half and keep going. Now you could also just take these outside in the snow and not make any trees. You can put them out in the forest if you're out in the bush, live near the bush. You can take this outside and you can just put them anywhere outside and have the targets in the actual forest itself. You don't have to build it. If you're in the city like I am, there's not much forest around to go to, so we got to make our own forest out of paper. And that's just as good. Now this one's a bit taller, so we're going to do a little bit higher. This is the tallest one of my trees. Now don't worry about how you're cutting it or what way you're doing it. Your way is a good way. Like I always say, there's no wrong or right ways. Check out this one. Yeah, I love that. A little bit different, right? Cool. Get a lot of scraps all on the side here. Very cool. Woo! One more tree. It's a little one, just a baby tree. There we go. Perfect, just like that. Oh, that one can't stand very well. And oh, it's perfect. Oh my goodness. And there we have it. 5 little trees looking so good. All right, so I guess we have 5 trees here. Let's count them together and see if it's 5. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing. Now, let's count in Cree. Are you ready? Here we go. Piak, Nisa, Ninsta, Niwa, Nianin. That's right, 5 in Cree. Very good. Grade 3s and 4s. All right, well now, I think it's time for the best part about this. And that is going to be playing the game. Yes, I'm so excited to play this game. So we're going to do our little forest right here, just like this. And I'm going to put the moose right there. I'm going to put the bear over here, just like that. And I'm going to put the rabbit right here. Perfect. Oh my goodness. So here we go. So know what we do next? We take our slingshot. I'm going to move back a little bit. I'm going to take the little pom-poms. I have 3 chances. 3 chances to knock down one of the animals. And you can take turns with your friends, or you can just see how many you get with each try. Are you ready? Here we go. We take our elastic band like this, and we pull back, and we fire. You ready? So one towards the moose. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, I got it. Yes. Now how about the bear? Let's give another shot here for the bear. Here we go. Bam! It's down. Now the hardest one I think is going to be the rabbit because it's so small. But maybe we can still get it. Boom! We got it. Such a fun game. And again, like I said, if you want, you can even put little numbers on each one and have the bear worth 100 points, the moose worth 200 points, rabbit worth 300 points, and then each tree can be worth minus points. So that if you hit a tree, you lose points. So, there's lots of different ways to do it, but I'm sure you'll use your imagination and have so much fun. But you know what, guys? That wraps it up for me today. It's time for me to say goodbye. What a fun day it was today. I had so much fun making this really cool project with you. I hope you have fun with that as well. And I hope to see you next time. But until then, may the Creator watch over you as long as the sun shines, the grass grows, and the river flows. See you later, grade 3s and 4s. Have a good day. Oh, it was really, really cool. Let's try this again. Got more trees.